Oracle. Love Oracle.
ORCL. Dante, I owe you one. Just remind me later and we'll get you, baby. ORCL.
All right, ready? $233 billion market cap. PE of 18.2, check mark. Look at this profit margin, Sethi. 32% software business, baby. Huge margins, 80% gross profit. A small 1.2% dividend yield for $2.8 billion. A pretty decent return on invested capital, return on assets, 9.1, 11.23. So not bad.
Why is that profit margin so big, Paul?
It's software. Once you make the software, creating it, adding more people is less and less cost. The expensive part, trust me, on software is making the software and then maintaining it. But the maintenance, when you're a company like Oracle, who can sell to millions and millions of companies, it's fine.
Oracle's American Computer Technology Corporation out of Austin, Texas, Paul.
They just moved from San Jose to Austin. $37 billion in revenue to $39.69. Check mark there. And then the profit of 8.9 to 12.8. Check mark there. So we have growth in revenue, not a lot, and growth in profit, pretty decent, but not a ton.
This is 4 straight checks for Oracle with
get ready. Hold your horses because 5 straight checks just came. 4.1 billion to 2.9 billion in shares. So guys, I love what they're doing here. They're sitting there and saying, we have a lot of cash flow. We probably don't have a lot of growth. Let's go buy back our shares. Their shares are down 30% in number of shares outstanding.
Pillar number 6 is current assets over current liabilities for Oracle.
43.74 versus 20.25. Check mark there. And the cash flow, the be all and end all. Guys, you ready for this one? 11.78 to 12.81. Check. Seth, look how consistent this is. Do you see these numbers?
Yeah.
This 11. Is incredibly consistent. Average of 12.5.
All the way back. Look at 10 years ago.
Look at that. Isn't that incredible? It's all the same for the last 10 years.
Oracle.
So 12.5 times 20. FYI, I don't think you should be paying 20 times. It's $300 billion market cap, so it is a check. But I don't think you should be paying 20 times.
Because it hasn't grown in 10 years?
The growth isn't there. Yeah, now, some might make the argument of it's a steady, solid company. Oh, by the way, and remember, their dividends only ate up $2 billion of their free cash flow. So they have plenty of free cash flow. They're going to buy a lot of shares back. Now, if your play is that they're going to continue buying more and more shares back, 20, 30, 40% every few years, this might be okay. Because they're going to get a lot of growth in their EPS, in their earnings per share, as they buy more shares back. But right now, they are selling for, look at that, all 8. By the way, this might be the biggest all 8 checks that we have, the biggest company. What do you think, Seth?
I mean, I heard, I don't know anything about this, and it's worth $233 billion. This is an enormous company. It's been doing it for a long time, Paul. All 8 checks.
What would you pay for it?
I don't know.
This is frothy.
The reason I like it is the buying back of shares. Because they buy back these shares. Let's say, for example, guys, let's do the math here. They did $12.8 billion they did $12.8 billion in profit last year. Let's say that stays the same. And they have 2.9 billion shares outstanding. That is call it 4 times $4 per share, right? In earnings. Now, let's say they take their shares down to 2 billion and they keep this 12.8. They're up to $6.40 per share, keeping their profit the same. So the question becomes, is that worth paying a premium for to get that growth? I think it's worth a premium. How much? I don't know. I'm, again, a big believer in stocks are very expensive. The economy has been booming. This is a corporation that sells to other corporations. I wish we had our stock analyzer tool up with our shares outstanding because it would really tell us what the potential is for that one. And that is coming soon as well. In fact, Tim has an email coming out to me here today on what things I need to come up with that one. I mean, actually, maybe this one's
50 to 55?
No, I think higher than that, Mo. Mo, here's why.
Well, I'm talking the low side.
Oh, yeah, low side, because they're buying back shares like crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, this is an aggressive buyback plan.
Yeah.
This is an aggressive buyback plan. I like their return on invested capital for such a big company is pretty solid.
Okay, Mo, let's walk through Oracle, ticker symbol ORCL on the trading aspect. Go ahead, Mosif.
I mean, this thing just keeps going and going, and I zoomed out this far. This is a year out, and it just keeps going in this right trajectory. And until today, but it's just following along with every other tech stock. I'm going to pull up the more detailed chart. You're on top of all your major moving averages. You're making all brand new all-time highs. So this is a power stock.
So why does it, Mo, in other charts you say it can't break through, but yet this one just keeps breaking through and through and through?
Because you look down here. Look at the volume since March 31st. Look at how consistent that volume is. People are going to this stock. People are buying this stock. They're pushing it through. You need big players out there. All the hedge funds, retail investors, they're the ones that are driving this stock higher and higher. And when people see stocks that are getting it to their all-time highs, they want them to go higher, especially if it's a company like Oracle. Oracle, I mean, very low probability that Oracle is going to go away anytime soon, right?
Yeah, I think Oracle's got staying power.
Exactly.
I mean,
so,
yeah.
I mean, when I think of, I'm comparing Oracle like an Intel or something.
Oh yeah, Intel, Microsoft,
Exactly.
everything.
Go back to the previous chart. Aren't
Sure.
we in the overbought region here as well?
So
There's not
we
much
are,
left.
and that's the thing about power stocks is whoever, if you have had this for a very long time, you're in the overbought range. So it's very tough to say. It's tough for me to say right now, go in and get this for the first time. Unless they really get like a big green candlestick that breaks out above this previous high, you can enter it for the first time. Make sure you're using stops because it's kind of a more risky trade because you're in that overbought area. You have a higher probability of the stock price turning down on you. Your ideal situation, man, would have been to get it back here in January of 2020. Is this right? Oh my God. This is a great company. It's a great company.
Yeah, I'm. By the way, thank you,
intrigued.
Janavi and Sorab, for joining our Patreon. They're not going to regret it. Yeah, this one's a tough one. I'm stuck at the $8 price. The fact that I'm stuck makes me think that I know me. I need to buy at a big discount. But I think if you buy this company for a long-term play, I don't think you should expect big returns. But I don't think you're overpaying a ton for this.
Currently?
Maybe I think the share buyback is what's really making it to me go okay, because if they decrease their shares by 1.2 billion again, I mean, you're talking. Go do your research on what their 10K says about their share buyback plan, because that's an impressive share buyback. To go from 4.1 billion to 2.9 in 5 years, that's pretty impressive.
Joyce is new. She says, "Why are we so interested in Paul's shorts?" She can't figure out why people are to keep asking.
I'm going to show my shorts already.
Yeah, Tim will have to help us here. So this is one of the. When did we start doing this, Paul? I called out your shorts one day. Next, you know, it's like the running joke on our channel is Paul and his frothy thighs. He does the lunges. He does the squats.
I don't do squats. I do lunges.
Lunges, and he's just, everyone loves those pale white butt cheeks of his. And so that's an integral part of our show for sure. Okay, let's see. I would say thanks again, Mo Bearded Wonder, your man from the Bid and Ask. He's still throwing money at us for the donation, guys. The donations are going to the Innocence Project this week, as we do every week for donations. And Paul is matching these one-time donations. Not for stocks, but just the people throwing money.
No, I'm not matching. I'm covering the fee.
I'm sorry, Paul. That's right. You're covering the YouTube fee, which they take they take some percentage out of there. So, Victor, I see your donation. Guys, we will have to slow down on the donations. I don't know if we can get to all of them today, so we might have to owe you, Victor, but you know I love you nonetheless. And that was our take on Oracle.
Seth, you want to see one more thing that I noticed?
Go ahead, Mo.
You had this gap down back in March, and I'm assuming this was from a bad earnings thing. And I always say that gaps fill. And just like that, I don't know how long it takes to fill, but Oracle filled pretty quickly. So that's that power of volume. So even when something drops on you, people still have the confidence and it has staying power. Volume came in, volume didn't drop, and here we are making new all-time highs, with the exception of today. But that is that's all about gaps. So when you have big falls in a stock, if your trend doesn't change, don't panic. It's going to be okay.
Thanks so much for watching the video. We hope you were intrigued. If this style of investing speaks to you, click the link below to join our Patreon. As a patron, you get access to a wonderful community of like-minded investors where you can chat, connect, ask questions, and share ideas with badasses like you all over the world. The best part is you get the amazing Everything Money software. This is revolutionary, unlike any YouTube page. You can track your investments, look at stocks, and quickly run our 8-pillar analysis on any company you like. The top tier patrons get direct access to Paul and Trader Mo. You'll see their daily trades, their updated portfolios, and every options contract they write on a daily basis. We provide Patreon exclusive videos just for you, including live streams and exclusive content from our team. Our bottom patron tiers fill fast, so join today. But hey, if you don't believe me, look at all of our patrons' amazing success stories. In comparison to other financial platforms, our software is by far the best value. This is your chance to get serious about investing. If you're finally ready to level up your investing game, join our Patreon and let's start kicking ass together.